All right, so here's the situation. I have an iPad stand that I use next to my bed, and normally what I used to do was I would lie on my bed, hold my iPad up, right? And eventually I'll fall asleep and I'll drop the iPad on my face. So I know that happens to a lot of people, right? So I got a stand. It's an articulating arm, kind of like one of those lamps that's on an arm. Actually, it's kind of like it's kind of like this microphone stand. You know, it's on this articulating arm. So, eh, so this is the mount, and this part broke off. So it's kind of a soft, squishy. I mean, it's stiff, but it holds the corner of the iPad. Uh, and it broke off. So I glued it on, right? Thinking, hey, all I need to do is glue it on, and problem solved. Well, uh, that I kind of made a mistake. When so basically, I glued it back on, and it's on there good. It's solid. Um, but see how it grips the iPad is that it see how this one kind of comes out. Yeah, this side's supposed to do that too. Uh, but I glued it. So this thing will not come out. So the problem is that this thing is designed to hold the iPad corner corner to corner. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but I mean it was good. I mean it worked, and it did hold it securely. Because the corner actually sits kind of. I don't know if you can see that. It sits inside of a groove kind of thing, right? So see how it's inside there? It can't come out. Uh, so the other side is the same way. Uh, the problem is the problem is that it doesn't reach now because only one side extends. You know, this other side is supposed to come out too, but I glued it. It's I mean it's not coming off. It's this this is like super glue, so it's stuck. I basically would have to break it again, but it kind of almost reach. It almost reaches, right? I mean, like you saw it, just almost. It's about that close, like fully extended. It's like it's almost there. Um, and I thought, oh well, maybe you could just put it in this way, right? But you can't because it doesn't, right? There's like it, so it's too wide when it's fully closed, and it's too short when only one side is extended. So what I'm trying to do, what I'm planning on doing is having it hold it like this, right? And then create a spacer um, that will hold it. So basically, I need to create an insert here that will take up this gap, and maybe make it a little bit bigger so that it kind of pushes the bottom down a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. Have it pushed down just a little bit so that it's holding in there tight. The other thing is, because this thing is designed to hold the corners, uh, like if you hold it like up and down, you see how this thing is not level because it's designed to be kind of like that, right? So I'll have to do something about that. But yeah, so that's the situation. So I'm gonna fire up Blender and see what we can do. That's my mission for today. So hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take some measurements here. Uh, so with this thing, with the iPad in there, like that. Let's see. Got my old measuring tool. Uh, it's about 13.7 millimeters. So I could probably make it. I don't know. I mean, this bottom part can kind of come out a lot. So maybe I'll make it 20 millimeters. It's at 13.8 right now, 13.7. So that'll be the height of my block. I mean, I just need to basically make something that resembles the corner, right, of the iPad so that it fits in this, curved section. And then the bottom will be flat, which I don't know. I might make like I have this thing that I clip onto my monitor that I printed. So basically, this will hold my iPhone, you know, on the on the monitor, and it's got this lip, right? This lip right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that. So basically, this part grabs onto the front of the monitor, and this backside is just a brace. And the iPad is kind of close in thickness to the iPhone. In fact, this is the regular iPad. It's a little bit thinner actually than the iPhone. So, but you can kind of see, it kind of fits in there pretty good. There's a little bit of wiggle room. There's a little bit of wiggle room in there. But so I can kind of take that. That's about 8 millimeters uh, between this guy and this guy, right? It's 8 millimeters. So I can probably use that. Yeah, so basically it would be a block that would kind of fit in this groove up here, right? And then there would be kind of I don't know what you call it, like a slot in there, or just a holder, so the iPad doesn't fall out, right? So it'll kind of hold the iPad in there. and then the bottom part will kind of stretch out and grab the bottom. Hopefully I don't need to make something for both sides, because again, it's not designed to hold the iPad like that. It's designed to hold the corner. Uh, but anyway, it's the night before Christmas, right? So what else do I have to do? I've watched The Mandalorian, finished, all watched all the good shows on Netflix, Amazon Prime, watched all my animated shows on Crunchyroll. And so I have nothing to do tonight. So figure I get this thing fixed. I wish I didn't glue that thing together. Uh, okay. So anyway, I got Blender fired up. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Blender. Blender is it's a open source free 3D modeling. Actually, it's not just a modeling program. It's a full suite, like 3D suite, development suite. It does modeling. It does animation. People use it to create video games. You can paint on 3D objects. So it's a it's a full featured suite, and it's free. So a lot of people use it. It's kind of a standard, you know, on the internet. If you do 3D printing, um, if you do, like create 3D uh, characters or doodads, people use Blender. So it's pretty intensive. I wouldn't say it's the easiest thing to use, but there's not really an easy to use 3D, program anyway. So yeah, so let's get started. So there's basically, here's my 3D environment. Normally when you start it, you have a camera and a light. Um, but I use it for my 3D printer, so I don't need a camera or a light because I'm not creating scenes. I'm just creating models that I can export to an STL file, which my 3D printer supports, and you know, am able to print my objects. So, like that's how I created these little doodads. Okay, so I don't know where to begin. I mean, 20, right? I think I was going to make it the height 20. So I can start with my box here. And let's see, I'll make the height 20, I guess, right? 20 millimeters. Uh, let's see. Let's measure the width. So the width is like 30 millimeters. I could, it says 30, just over 30. I could probably make it 30. So that's that's the width of that. And then depth wise, like depth wise, I don't know. I guess the depth doesn't really matter, huh? Um, 13. So let's see. So So I'll make the Y 13. I'll make the X. What did I say my width was going to be? 30, right? Actually, if I make it fit into this pocket, yeah, 30 sounds good. So that's kind of the base. Now I'll need to put an art, right? The corner. I need to put a corner on top of this. Which doesn't need to be a perfect corner. Let's see. All right, let's apply the scale. So that now my scale is 1:1. That kind of messed me up the first time I tried to 3D print, is that I adjust the size, the dimensions, but basically what it does is it scales it until you actually apply this transformation, and then it actually applies the dimension and makes the scale, you know, a 1:1 scale. So yeah. So anyway, that's that. I'm not sure exactly how I can make the I guess what I can do is I can just modify a okay, let's see how high I need to make it. So basically what I have right now is the block that goes under, right? Um, but I need to fill this corner impression. So let's see. I don't know, how deep is that? Not sure. Kind of want it to fit in there snugly. Maybe 12 millimeters. So let's add another cube. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna name this the base. And then this is the corner. So that, just so that I know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna grab that, constrain it to the z-axis, bring it down. Okay. Okay, where did it put my where did it put my new box? Right? Didn't I add a new box? Cube. Oh, there it is. Um, all right. Make it a 12 by 12 cube. Oh, there's the other one. Okay, I can just delete that. Okay. Let's put the shaders on so it's easier to see. So this, it's not perspective. Okay, so this guy is 13 millimeters. So this should be 13 millimeters as well. Okay, yeah, so that's good. So now I'm going to have to stack this small cube on top. Let's do the, we'll snap by edges, right? All right, it's not grabbing. Let's just do this. And we'll use this this feature. Okay, so this is the active object. And I'm going to grab him. No? I'm going to grab him. And grab him by the edge. And I want center edge. And I want him to be constrained to the center edge of this block. So there you go. So now it's stuck on there, right? Now I need to kind of round this guy up like that, right? So let's go ahead and we'll go into edit mode. And let's go into the front view. And we'll add a loop cut, I guess. I'm not sure exactly how many. I'm just going to add that many loop cuts. And I'll add one down here too. Okay. Then I'm going to extrude I'm not sure exactly like what the angle is for the corner. I mean, I guess I could just go off the iPad corner since that's what this thing is designed to fit. And it looks like it's like I don't know, like 6 millimeters rounded. I guess actually I could do that. And am I in edit mode? Yep. Okay. So I need to select the edges. Right. Actually, I can select the vertexes. Right there. And scoot them over. Oops. Yeah, constrain it to the x-axis, right? Well, let's try the y-axis. No. There you go. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. Then we'll grab these guys. Okay. And I think I should be able to pull these guys all the way over to the end. Okay, so I should be able to grab that guy. Nope. Let's go into this mode. Grab this guy. X-axis. No? Why doesn't it... Let's just move it to the... Let's just snap it to the edge. All right. Why isn't it snapping? Active element. Oh, I think I'm in the wrong mode. So we'll go edge to edge, right? No, but I don't want to do that. I want to actually grab the vertex. So why won't it let me... It should let me snap this to this corner here. Oh, there we go. But it's not letting me snap it to the edge of this other object. So that's not what I want. Oh, okay, there we go. So I have to select both of them first. Uh, then I got that guy. Then I'll select these vertexes. Make that guy white. So that's the active vertex. Grab, I'm going to snap to vertex. Okay, come on, man. It's got to snap on there, right? And then I'll do the same thing on this side. Snap it to this vertex. There you go. I don't I don't know if this side is snap, so I'm gonna have to go to edge. No, I don't want to scale that side. Great. Let's just select these guys. That doesn't look like it's snapped. There you go. Okay. Uh, Now I'll need to lower. I need to somehow lower these, right? I need to make an arch. And so I guess the easiest way to do that is just to create a cylinder. Radius of 6 millimeters, right? So let's see. Radius of 6 millimeters. It doesn't need to be that. smooth. And the depth, ooh, I forget what the depth was. Is it 13? Okay. So now I need to rotate this guy along the x-axis 90 degrees. And then I can grab this guy. Oh shoot, let's go increment. Bounding box. And that should do it. So I don't know what the best way to do this. Should I just edit this cylinder? Uh, really, I don't even need to make it round, right? Yeah, I don't need to make it round. Okay, let's go into edit mode. Oh, why are these vertices not lined up in the middle? Oh, my box is not. Okay, so this whole thing is not centered. Um, okay. So now it's centered on my z-axis. So now if I go into edit mode, I should be able to, right? Okay, now I've selected everything. I should be able to move this 3, right? 3 millimeters, 3 millimeters to the left, and then these vertices I can move 3 millimeters to the right. So let's do that. Oops. Okay. And then these guys. Okay, and then I don't need, so I didn't need a lot of these loop cuts here. So let's delete those. I don't think it's letting me do that. I should be able to create a new face. There you go. And I kind of want, I don't want that guy, and I don't want that guy, right? So I'm just adding, sectioning these off. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this guy. Right? And then I'll connect that guy. So that should, that's weird. These are not filled in. Turn off X-ray so I can kind of see like what's being filled. Nope. Okay. Okay, why is that not being filled? Oh, there you go. Okay, this face looks weird. Not sure. Not sure why. Not sure why that's like that. That's weird. So I'm just gonna delete the edges. Yeah, that's just weird. I don't know why that happened. I think when I was making the faces, I had the wrong things selected, and that's what happened. Okay. I think that's fine. Right? I mean that definitely will fit in here. Like I don't need to make it rounded. I mean it'd be great if it was rounded, but right, that'll fit in there. Okay, so um I think the last thing all I need to do is add a add a little lip here, right? That will keep the iPad from falling out. So I think what I'll do is I'll just duplicate this. Drag that down, and then I'll butt it up, edge to edge. There we go. And I only need this to come down. I mean, whatever the border is on an iPad, right? You know, your iPad has the border, and that border is about 7 millimeters. No, 9.5. A little bit less than 9.5. Sorry, actually, if I just make it like, doesn't need to go that much. I mean, I could probably get away with 5 millimeters. I'll just make it 6, just to be safe. So let's look at the side view. We'll go 6 millimeters. And so the depth is 13, which we don't need. We could probably just get away with like 2 millimeters. Right? And then we'll grab that and just butt it up right there. And I think that's good, right? So basically that's, oh my gosh, my faces are not. Okay. We gotta close this. Um and actually I don't even know if that even matters. Well, we'll just do it just in case. Just for kicks. Uh okay. So I'm just filling it. I probably don't need this middle one. And I probably don't even need that face on the inside. Can I select this face? Yeah, I don't know if I can. Okay, I definitely don't need that one. I don't know if there's a way for me to select it because it's inside. Oh, there we go. Just because when I'm printing it, it's, I don't care what's on the inside. It's all going to be infill on the inside anyway. Okay, so now we're just going to join these things together. Right? I don't know, I forget what it was. Shift, Control J. Okay, so it joined it together. Let's go into edit mode. Okay, so again, I don't need the faces. That's the inside face, so there's not really. I wonder maybe for structural integrity, maybe I do need it. I mean, what it's going to do? The printer is going to actually print this on the inside of the object. It's actually going to, because all the empty space is going to be infill. So it's going to, it's going to put like a honeycomb type of structure in there. Um, yeah, so it's filled. So I don't need this face. I'm going to delete that face. And then I don't need that face either. I definitely, I don't think I need this edge. I don't know if that, I think that might, well, I don't know. That might be a problem. I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, shoot. Why is that thing split? Okay, I don't need that. Delete that. Oh, actually, I don't need any of these either. So we got that. Fill that guy. Fill that guy. Right? So there's my object. And so I'm going to glue it in here anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna glue it in here anyway. So I don't know. It'll probably look like crap, but we're going after functional, right? Um, so I think that's good. So we'll go to the 3D print. The thickness of my so the thickness I'm assuming that's the thickness of the wall. So my printer has a zero point 0.4 millimeter nozzle. Um, I don't know if this has to do with the scale. I think when I bring it into my slicer, that um, I can adjust that because I want to make it 1.2 millimeters. Yeah, and I don't know. We'll just put it on my desktop, and I don't know what we'll call this, like iPad block, corner block. Oh, we'll just call it corner block. And we'll export that. And I don't know. Let's just well, what happened to it? Did it get exported? Oh, it just stuck it in my root folder. Darn it. Why'd it do that? Corner block. We'll throw that onto the desktop. Corner block. Okay, so we can open this in in Cura, which is the slicer I'm using. So I have an Ender 3. It's like a little cheapy, but pretty good 3D printer. And we'll see how it does. I mean, it's probably gonna take like 2 hours to print, so I'm definitely not gonna stream that. So there it is. So it says, I got some errors here. Your model is not manifold. The highlighted areas indicate either missing or extraneous surfaces. Let's take a look at it. Okay. I'm not sure if that's a problem. That's a warning, right? I'm not going to print it like this either because then you see this overhang here. It's going to have to print supports, which I don't want. So I'll probably just flip it on its side. There you go, and it'll print like that. The inside should be just infill. So I don't know. Let's see if this throws me an error. So this is basically the print. I'm not sure why. Not sure why it's not showing this part. So it's going to be 65 layers, and you can see the infill there. I don't know if that's I should probably make it a stronger infill. So instead of 20% infill, just because this, I mean, this thing is going to be like like squishing it, right? I mean, this thing's got a pretty tough spring in here, so it's gonna be really pushing against that print. Let's see. Can I get a better infill? And we'll go with like, I don't know, maybe we'll just go with 50%. I mean, that's gonna use more plastic. I don't know. I'm kind of concerned like this. Oh my God, is that what is that? I don't understand why I didn't get this bottom part. Um, right? I mean, it's there. I'm just gonna export it out again. And whoa, what is that? Oh, no, 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 no. That's that's I that's where you just create the infill. Let's new project. Yes, I'm gonna start a new project. Open up this new file. Rotate it. Lay it flat. There you go. Okay, so now we're seeing it. That's weird. I don't change the infill again to 50% infill. All right, and let's slice it and see what it looks like. So it's going to take an hour and 12 minutes. It's going to use 7 grams of filament, or almost 2.5 meters of filament to create this create this project. Yeah, that's weird. Whenever I hit preview, it okay. So yeah, so this has got a lot more infill. Ooh, I don't like that infill. Let's just go with that. I guess because it's such a big open area. Oh man, my shell. I should probably make the wall bigger, huh? This is going to use a lot more filament. Actually, I wonder if I... No. It doesn't need to... It's not like it's a detailed thing. It's just it's a part, basically, so it doesn't need to be high resolution. Let's try that. What is that? Why is... Oh, that's the print nozzle. I was wondering, what is that? Okay. So that's basically what it's going to look like. So the walls are going to be pretty thick. Because it's a 0.4 nozzle and I made it 1.2 millimeters thick, it's got 3 layers. And if we go down to the first layer, it's the first 3 layers, right? So the whole bottom layer is going to be 3 layers thick. And then the 4th layer is when the infill starts to come in. Oh crap, no, that's bottom layer. It's got 6 layers, okay. Oh, I see. So only about when it hits layer 25, then it creates some bigger holes in it. And then by layer 56, it gets harder. Okay, so this is going to be like super rigid. I probably don't need that. Man, I'm going to just go to 30% infill. Yeah. And I think that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in to my printer. It's going to take 42 minutes to print. And it's going to use 6 grams of, oh, so actually, yeah, because I changed the infill, so it's using less material. It's going to use 2.15 meters of filament. And yeah, so it should be done in like an hour or so. So I'll, if you guys are interested in seeing it, I'll probably just post a picture up on my Facebook page and see what kind of disaster, uh, if it fails, if the print fails, it'll be a disaster. But hopefully it'll come out good. Then I'll epoxy it in this guy right there, and that should hold my hold the iPad. It should hold it like this, right? And it'll just fill that gap on the top. So yeah, it'll kind of hold it like that. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it works. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and send this to the printer.